My life is like a Christopher Nolan movie. I don't really understand what's going on. I'd say don't try to understand it, just feel it.
Most filmmakers tell their story in a chronological order. They show the events on screen happening one after another, moving from the beginning of the story right until the end. The structure is familiar and of course easy for the audience to follow. However, films directed by Christopher Nolan often avoid this traditional structure. Instead of presenting events in a simple timeline, Nolan frequently rearranges the order of the story. Scenes may appear out of sequence, multiple timelines may run at the same time, or the narrative may reveal information in a very controlled way. Because of this, time often becomes one of the most important storytelling tools in his films. One of the reasons Nolan actually experiments so much with the storytelling structure is that many of his films are directly about time and perception. Instead of treating time as something that simply passes during a story, Nolan often designs the entire narrative around how time is experienced by the characters. This means that the audience does not just watch the story unfold, instead they experience the same confusion, discovery, or tension that those characters on screen feel. We witness a clear example of this approach in Nolan's movie, Memento. In this film, the events are told in complete reverse order. Each new scene takes place earlier in time than the previous one. As the film progresses, the audience slowly learn the reasoning behind events that led to the situation shown at the beginning. This unusual structure reflects the experience of the main character, who suffers from severe memory loss and cannot remember recent events. Because the audience also lacks important information, they share the same uncertainty as the character. The structure of this film therefore becomes a way of placing the viewer inside the character's perspective. Nolan also explores time in a different way in Inception. The story takes place across several layers of dreams, and each layer operates at a different speed of time. The deeper the characters go into the dream, the slower time moves compared to the real world. This creates several timelines that all occur simultaneously but unfold at very different speeds. As the film moves towards its climax, Nolan rapidly cuts between these layers. Even though each layer has its own timeline, the tension builds across all of them at the same time. This structure allows the audience to experience multiple levels of the story at once. Another example of Nolan's fascination with time appears in The Prestige. The film tells the story of two rival magicians, but the narrative itself is structured like an actual magic trick. Throughout the film, the audience moves between different time periods as the characters read each other's diaries. These diary entries reveal past events while also hiding important information. This structure mirrors the three stages of a magic trick: the pledge, the turn, and the prestige. Just like the audience watching a magic performance, viewers of the film are carefully guided toward a final reveal. It's easy to say that across all his films, Christopher Nolan always experiments with storytelling structures that move away from the traditional timeline. Instead of presenting events in a straightforward order, he often rearranges time to shape the audience experience of the story. By doing this, Nolan turns time into far more than just a background element. It becomes one of the main tools he uses to control how the audience understands the narrative. For Christopher Nolan, the way a story is told can be just as important as the story itself.